everybody, this is dkdynamite for a very special video here for you guys on this beautiful Sunday evening. We're going to be taking a look at all 23 Gobblegums coming to Black Ops 6 Zombies. We're going to break down the early gameplay I got from Liberty Falls over at COD Next. We're going to look at some of the early previews that Treyarch themselves did provide, as well as what some of these Gobblegums performed like in older games like Black Ops 3 and even BO4. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and as a big reminder, we got plenty of brand new article coverage going up on detonated.com for those that want to stay up to date with all things Call of Duty, whether it's Season 6 or, of course, Black Ops 6. You can also use code DYNAMITE to save 10% off any order over at Control Freak, including for the limited restock of the Deadshot Daiquiri Collector's Can. Inside, you get some pretty must-have thumbsticks for any hardcore Zombies fan. I'm sure these will only be available for the next few weeks, but they'll end up restocking these again in the coming months. I'm also predicting some Black Ops 6 Cerberus-themed thumbsticks that will probably be announced soon, but once again, that's code DYNAMITE to save 10% off any order over on the site. Now, real quick, I also have to mention that somebody in my chat the other day during the Bombshell podcast did point out that this shirt I got at COD Next is actually worn by Maya, an operator coming to Black Ops 6 Zombies. She is a part of the main crew over on Terminus. I actually didn't notice this. Let me know in the comments if you guys were aware that this shirt is exactly what Maya is going to be wearing. I had no idea, and I think it's a pretty cool touch that this was given out as actual merch over in Washington, D.C. Now, something I really want to point out that I did address in my Prestige Focus video as of yesterday is that during some of the level unlocks that you'll begin to encounter from levels 1 to 55, there are going to be pieces of Zombies content within those levels when it comes to ammo mods, I'd assume maybe field upgrades, augments, and even Gobblegums. So this is going to really change the way Prestiging does work, at least on the Zombies front, because when you get that free Prestige token as you enter a new Prestige, you may not choose to permanently unlock a weapon or a piece of equipment that you really like a Tomahawk. You might, if you're a Zombies player, choose to permanently unlock and bring with you a Gobblegum or a Zombies item if, again, you're going to be playing a lot more Zombies than, let's say, multiplayer or even Warzone. So definitely remember that going into the launch window of BO6 Zombies. Now, Gobblegums in BO6 are closest to the system that we had in Black Ops 3. We had a very similar looking Gobblegum machine, and we had gumballs themselves, whereas in BO4, we had potions in the form of elixirs that gave us very similar abilities to Gobblegums, either similar to the ones we got in BO3 or close to the Gobblegums that we are going to get in Black Ops 6, as we're going to be showcasing here in this video. All right, so we're going to start with shopping free because this is confirmed to be a post-launch Gobblegum inside of Black Ops 6. So could be a Season 1 update. We'll just have to wait and see. But shopping free works exactly the same in Black Ops 3 and 4. You get about a minute to just go ahead and buy everything you want for free, including wall buys, including Pack-a-Punch, whatever it is you guys need. Absolutely free. And obviously you can't open up doors if they require power first, but good to point out.
All right, I guess we gotta go back to the cafeteria.
We already broke the game. We just hopped on. Where's the dog? All right, so this is luckily coming back in the form of a Gobblegum in Black Ops 6 Free Fire. It only lasts 30 seconds in this game. It'll be roughly the same in Black Ops 6, but luckily it doesn't actually burn through the ammo you have in the reserves. I actually forgot about that. I thought it did burn through your ammo, but it doesn't. So that's clutch. If you have like, what, maybe a couple bullets left and you pop Free Fire, you'll have unlimited ammo for a short duration of time, eliminating the need for a possible max ammo. But speaking of max ammo, we have cashback, which will operate just the same as it did in Black Ops 3 and 4. As you can see, pop a free max ammo, Mr. Buddy. And there we go.
Boom. Enjoy it. Don't shoot it all in one place, mister.
Yep, a simple max ammo power-up, and I do expect over the course of BO6's cycle, you will end up having a Gobblegum that pops a guaranteed power-up for whatever the power-up is, right? You get one for max ammo, insta-kill, double points, fire sale, the list goes on. Obviously no Carpenter in Black Ops 6 yet, because we're going to see full armor, which we also have in Black Ops 4. But next up we have Killjoy, a guaranteed insta-kill power-up. Can't go wrong with this one. And there you have it, a basic insta-kill power-up. Thank you, Double Points, the most iconic duo we now have here. But lasts the same amount of time as a regular power-up that you can get from RNG. But next up, we have a Gobblegum that I don't think people are going to use all that much, depending on how they actually play with loadouts. But water wall clearance for a short period of time allows you to buy a wall buy for about 10 points. Super cheap. So as you can see, the Vapor just costs 10 points. You have a limited amount of time to go ahead and buy them, but it's gonna come in clutch, especially when you pair this with something like wall power, which Black Ops 6 will allow you to do. You can pop multiple Gobblegums at once, unlike BO3 and 4, only allowing you to pop one at a time. But this is essentially a wall buy fire sale, as it says in the description. And yes, ammo is incredibly cheap. Instead of 700 points, you can get it for a whooping 10. All right, we're here on Peak Classified. What I'm trying to do here is showcase the most recent versions of the upcoming BO6 Gobblegum. So here's raindrops in Black Ops 4, and you gotta pick up double points first, obviously. That's a strat. Where's double points at? Oh my god, there we go.
All the way back there.
Oh, you got it,
I got you.
There you go. And then go ahead and get your extra credit. Go ahead and hit your free perk, your carpenter, your nuke, and then everything else. Beautiful. Obviously, raindrops will look a little bit different in Black Ops 6 because there won't be a carpenter, but you'll still get what I'm assuming is a full armor power-up or something along those lines.
I wanna hit it next.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. What? That's a lucky fire cell. Yeah. That is a lucky first hit.
Yes!
Oh, there you go. That's God tier in Black Ops.
Paladin. Yes!
No freaking way, dude. But raindrops was revealed in the recent episode of the COD Pod several weeks ago. It actually is in the launch blog for Black Ops 6 Zombies as well. But here's wall power. Something that, again, is going to be awesome when you pair it with some other Gobblegums at the same time in Black Ops 6, like water wall clearance that we talked about a little bit earlier. But as you can see, there's no time limit on wall power in this game, which is great. But go up to a wall buy, you got to buy it for the standard price. But upon doing that, it will be pack-a-punched. So saves you a good 5k points on an upgraded weapon. So can't go wrong with wall power. That's been in a couple of Black Ops games now, BO3 and 4 to be exact. But there we have it.
I'm down. I'm in the laboratory.
Don't you worry, buddy. Nowhere but there is literally Clutch City. I think this is arguably one of the best elixirs in Black Ops 4. It wasn't in BO3, but will be a Gobblegum in Black Ops 6. Teleporting anywhere on the map that your teammate is located, if they are indeed down. That's huge, especially for a bigger map.
Help!
We also have Swordflay chat. I love that it also gives you a description at the top of your screen as to what the actual elixir does. I know Gobblegums and BO6 don't have that. Maybe at launch we'll end up seeing that add-on, but essentially you can do a lot more melee damage. I think it's 5 times more in general, or just insta-kill against vermin and basic zombies. So those are the different abilities of Swordflay. And depending on what you have, for example, you could have a stiletto on the Strife in this game. You can knife a lot faster. Now, tonight's video is sponsored by War Thunder. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made and is available right now for free on PC and consoles. Take command of over 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships of 10 major nations. These range from biplanes and armored cars of the 1920s to the fighter jets and main battle tanks of today. Immerse yourself in the intense combat of War Thunder, where incredibly detailed vehicles, realistic graphics, and authentic sound effects place you right at the helm of the most powerful war machines of our time. Join a worldwide community of over 70 million players in epic PvP battles today and delve into the breathtaking experience that is War Thunder. With an unmatched wealth of high-quality content to discover, there's simply no game better suited for fans of military history. Now you can click the link down below in this video's description or the pinned comment to claim bonuses like 100,000 Silver Lions, premium vehicles, unique skins, and even more. But thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring tonight's video. Now we then have Wunderbarr. This is a Gobblegum that I'm really looking forward to in Black Ops 6. Probably my most anticipated Gobblegum for launch. I wish I would have had access to it over at COD Next to be able to use the jet gun on Liberty Falls, but it's pretty simple to understand. If you pop this Gobblegum and spin the box, it's a guarantee you'll get a Wonder Woman pull out of that spin. So this is going to be great for those out there that want to try out the new Wonder Weapon, whether it's the Beam Smasher on Terminus or the jet gun on Liberty with the launch window on October 25th. It's also going to come in clutch for Easter egg speed runs and just about any other type of match where you're like, you know what, just don't want to use my loadout weapon, or I just need something a bit more overpowered, or hey, I want to make sure I save time on doing the side quest to get the Wonder Weapon. Let's pull it straight out of the box, work on pack punching it or upgrading it, and then I can move on to some high rounds or Easter egg runs from there. Now I'm actually surprised we didn't get a Gobblegum or elixir like this in either BO3 or 4, so better late than never. I'm sure there's going to be some pretty exciting Wonder Weapons throughout the BO6 Zombies life cycle, so this is going to be huge. Now over at COD Next, I was able to play Liberty Falls early, in which I was given access to just 5 different Gobblegums. These are considered some of the lower tier Gobblegums available in the game. These are the rarity Gobblegums. So first off, let's start with stock option. This was also present inside of Black Ops 3 and BO4 through an elixir. So in this case, ammo is taken from the player's stockpile instead of the weapon's magazine. So this will allow you to go ahead and shoot for longer periods of time without having to worry about a reload, and it's probably helpful for taking out some of the harder bosses in match, or even some of the boss fights we may encounter during some of the BO6 zombie Easter eggs. Definitely a pretty useful Gobblegum, and I'm not really surprised that we were only able to use some of the lower tier gums at Next. They want to save a lot of the surprise for some of the higher tier gums for the actual launch window. But next up, we have Anywhere But Here. Keep in mind, as you're seeing in the gameplay, you can hold up to 3 Gobblegums at once in your inventory from your pack, which contains 5 gums that you're able to select at the main menu. Now, I wasn't able to see this menu over at COD Next, and keep in mind, you can actually switch between different gum packs of 5 while you're in game, which you couldn't do in either BO3 or 4, but Anywhere But Here is relatively simple. You will instantly teleport to a random location. But as they wrote in the blog for BO6, a concussive blast will knock out away nearby zombies when you use this Gobblegum. So I don't believe it worked this way in BO3 or 4, but I think this is great that they've added a little bit of spice to the Gobblegum here in BO6. We next up have Arsenal Accelator. So you can't really tell what this does upon looking at just the gameplay alone, but this essentially charges up the player's field upgrade a lot faster. This actually lasts a total of 5 minutes in BO6. This did exist in BO3 to my understanding, and I think this is great to also be able to showcase the new field upgrade, Dark Flare, as you'll see in some of this gameplay. So if you're looking for a bit of a get out of jail free card, you can get this essentially a lot faster by popping Arsenal Accelator. But we then have Shields Up. This worked a lot differently in BO4 through the elixir system, where you're able to spawn a buildable shield on your back. This was very helpful in that game, but here in BO6 it's a little bit different. So we don't have buildable shields, unfortunately, which I do hope return at some point in the future, but as they wrote, armor is twice as strong and lasts a total of 3 minutes. So once you get a 3-plate vest here in a match of Black Ops 6 zombies, this Gobblegum is going to come in clutch, especially on some of the higher rounds where zombies are hitting you a lot faster, or if you're coming across a lot more heavy enemies, some of those boss types like the Abomination on Liberty Falls. This is going to be helpful for that avenue of gameplay, but obviously, like I mentioned before, wall buys do include armor purchases now. But lastly, another one I got to use over at COD Next was Temporal Gift. We also saw this in BO3, where power-ups do last a lot longer, and this activates on next time based power-up spawns. So right when you pop this, it doesn't actually start working until that first power-up does spawn in your round of zombies. Now, I think they specified this because in the case you could spawn in a power-up through an Easter egg and then that power-up lasts forever, this Gobblegum won't have an effect on that, but does have an effect on the power-ups that spawn randomly after killing zombies. Now, it also looks like there could be a Gobblegum that can instantly trigger an Exfil for you, since you of course have to wait a couple of rounds for the Exfil to roll back around so you can then get onto Raptor 1's helicopter. Maybe this Gobblegum ensures that at any point during any round you can trigger that Exfil, which I think would be pretty helpful. Again, I could be misinterpreting what that gum actually is, but I'm sure there'll be some other Gobblegums that we haven't heard about yet that will be available during the launch window, which I'm sure we'll either hear more about in the coming weeks with new marketing, or we'll just have to wait until we can access the menus day 1, October 25th. Do you guys remember when Gobblegums actually cost money in BO3? That was crazy. That was the launch window. And on top of that, I think Gobblegum machines weren't in every location that they could be on a map. You actually had to find where the machine was. That was crazy. Luckily, BO6 doesn't have that problem off rip, but let's start off with Soda Fountain here, and we will go from there. So if you go up to any perk in a match of zombies with Soda Fountain ready, you'll automatically be given another perk for free upon drinking the one that you bought. So definitely a great Gobblegum in BO3. It's coming back in BO6. We'll have to wait and see how balanced it is in comparison, right? Because you get a couple different uses out of the one in BO3. I'm also assuming there could even be changes to some of the BO6 Gobblegums after the launch window. They could always nerf some or change the rarities of others as the seasons do progress. I think it's also worth pointing out that if there are multiple used Gobblegums in BO6, which I believe there are, it's going to be cool that you don't have to worry about sacrificing the uses you have left for a different Gobblegum entirely, like I just did here within BO3. You can just keep the extra uses for one of those Gobblegums you haven't maxed out yet in your inventory while you pop another one. So that's going to be amazing. As we have here, the Liquidation Fire Sale Gobblegum. Pretty straightforward. Won't be any different in BO6, but the ability to go ahead and spawn in a Fire Sale. Classic M14, baby. We will take it. But obviously, if you pop all 3 at once... Wait. Huh? Do I get ammo if I just pick this one up again? Yeah, you do. That's crazy. What are the odds of that? Get the same weapon twice. But obviously, if you pop all your Fire Sales at once, which I'm assuming you'll be able to do in BO6, you'll get a very long and extended Fire Sale, which could definitely come in clutch to make sure you get exactly what you are looking for. We now have Respin Cycle. Haven't seen this one in a while. I don't believe it was in BO4, but essentially what you can do, and actually don't want to do that for this mystery box pull, but if you're not happy with the box pull, you could just go ahead and respin it. So we got an XM53, gonna pop that Gobblegum, and look at that. And we can respin it again if we want. Let's see what we get. Oh, M8, A7. Give it one more respin. We then have On the House, which also wasn't in Black Ops 4. This just spawns a free perk. So preferably, you're gonna wanna pop On the House, at least in BO3, after you already have your base perks so that you can go past the perk limit to hold even more. Because obviously in some zombie games, you have a perk limit of 4, sometimes 5. Preferably pop On the House when you're already at that limit so you can get that bonus perk that you couldn't have otherwise bought. Obviously, you get a free Gobblegum every single round in BO3, at the start of each round at least, but you're able to then spend real money for an additional spin in the same round. And that cost kind of keeps going up until they max you out. So we got On the House again. And my next spin's gonna cost, I believe, 3,000? Yep, 3,000. So I believe there's eventually a point where you have to wait till the next round to spin a machine again. All right, but taking a look at profit sharing, this was known as dividend yield in Black Ops 4. I believe the way they nerfed it was that some of the points you earned in BO4 would be transferred to nearby teammates. Whereas in BO3, it looks like almost all the points, or just more, would be transferred. I think it's all of them, actually, yeah. Very, very helpful. So as long as they're nearby, almost in the same room, then, oh, double points also gonna really juice that up. Then my teammates will end up getting all the points that I'm earning here, and that's super helpful round 1. Oh, Perka. Ladies and gentlemen, we got that clean Perkaholic here, as you could see in Black Ops 3. This is obviously in Black Ops 4 as an elixir, but obviously we prefer the HUD in BO3. So that's what it looks like. Every perk in the game given to you at once. In BO6, it'll be just how it is in this game. You'll just get all perks currently available in the game. But if they add in DLC perks, which I'm sure they will over the course of 6 seasons, they'll probably also limit or change what perks you get depending on what map you pop Perkaholic on. All right, but I'm gonna start a corruption engine, and let's see if Idle Eyes works on these enemies right here. I'm sure it does. As you can see, when I pop it, all the enemies will ignore me. They can still go for my teammates, though. It's actually bugged the corruption engine, I think. Oh, it got him stuck. Look at that. But this is coming back in Black Ops 6. Let's see how you look. Yep. Completely normal, and now enemies will avoid Mr. Shown, but can still go after me and Cajun. So I stand corrected. The zombies will actually avoid every teammate. And even if we're not nearby, I think the zombies will just generally not attack anybody. So that's a pretty overpowered gun. And in this game, you get 3 uses. All right, I'm gonna pop it. I'm gonna leave the island and see if they'll attack them from far away. Let's see. Are they still idle?
Still, yep. Landing.
But coming towards the end here, chat, we have Phoenix up. And they should add a Goblin called Phoenix down. Insta down all your teammates. I'm just kidding. But no matter how far your teammates are on the map, even if several teammates are down, just pop the Gobblegum, and there you go. They are back up with all the perks they had. I think in BO4, if you use Phoenix up, it only gave your teammates their loadout perks back. So the ones they selected for the various perk machines or statues at the main menu did not give them back their bonus perks. But in BO3, it gave them back all the perks that they had before they went down. So definitely a very helpful Gobblegum in a time of need.
In Black Ops 3, near-death experience just lasted for a full flat 3 rounds. There was no time limit. There was no revive limit. It was just 3 rounds total. And it also revived you on solo mode without using your quick revive. So that's
insane. Guarantee that the Gobblegums in Black Ops 6 will be pretty balanced and very much in line with the nerfed elixirs we saw in Black Ops 4. But chat, here's near-death experience. I believe the Black Ops 6 version will likely be closer to this version than what we saw in Black Ops 3. But as you can see, I have to be fairly close to him to revive him, but let's take a look at how fast that is. It's a standard revive speed as well. It's not like a quick revive speed. But I believe if I go down and he's near me, he can also give me the res. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, there we go. And look at that. That's 5 revives. And it's gone.
Gives you perks back too, if you had any.
Perfect. So for some reason, Newtonian Negation is bugged on Black Ops 3 right now. I can't equip it to a Gobblegum pack. I'm not sure if that's a bug that's probably been known about for a long time when using the patch. It's obviously unsafe to play BO3 on PC without the patch. So luckily, Newtonian is also available here inside of Black Ops 4, which I'm going to show you guys in a second. But I actually love the fact that, technically speaking, the Gobblegum system that we've had in BO3 and 4 and now BO6, the system has just really improved over time. I mean, we went from having to gamble essentially for gums with Liquid Divinium to Plasma in BO4. Now we don't have to worry about any of that since there's a chance you earn any one of the Gobblegums available in BO6 for free during each round that you play of BO6 zombies. But if they added a Newton's Cookbook, which I think BO4 would have had if the Trek didn't have to step away from the game to work in Cold War, if BO6 needs a system like that, or gets one like that, remains to be seen. I think there's a high chance we end up seeing that. But here is Newtonian Negation. So this is a whimsical. There are only 2 whimsicals added in BO4. I think BO3 added 4 total. But all the zombies are going to start floating up as they die, which is hilarious. Let's not use that nuke. But as you can see, let's go ahead and kill all these zombies there. There they go. Up into the sky they go. This is going to be available at launch with BO6. I'm sure they'll add more whimsicals as the seasons progress. But just as a reminder, you can check out War Thunder with a special link down in this video's description or the pinned comment to claim some rewards and take command of over 2,500 tanks, planes, ships, and even helicopters. There's over 70 million players waiting to be challenged. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. That's gameplay of just about every single Gobblegum that we know is going to be available at launch in Black Ops 6. Most of them are going to work relatively close to how they did in BO3 or 4, probably closer to BO4. Like I said earlier in the video, we know about a good 23-ish gums, not including the whimsical and the Newtonian Negation. So that'll be the launch roster of Gobblegums. Obviously, we know Shopping Free is coming post-launch, as well as plenty of others that I'm sure are going to be added over the course of 6 seasons. I think it's cool to know that the way Gobblegums work in BO6 is a bit different in the sense that none of them are going to be quote-unquote classics, meaning you have unlimited uses with any of those. All of them are going to contain a certain rarity and a limited amount of uses depending on how many you have in your actual inventory. But again, you can only take 5 into a certain pack at once, but you can of course swap out your packs mid-game. Now, if any other Gobblegums get discovered or are reported on, and once we learn about any other Gobblegums coming to BO6, definitely expect a bunch of updates in the detonated article talking all about the BO6 gums. With that being said, really hope you guys have enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.